I've been eating my way through South Italy for 6 years this year, and I haven't even finished. In this video, I'm talking to you about the 4 stages that you go through when you start eating here in Italy, because trust me, I have never appreciated food or eaten food in quite the same way as I do since I moved to Italy. So if you enjoy learning about what life is really like here in South Italy, especially, you are in the right place. Why not hit subscribe so that you don't miss my content? And let's get into this video where I'm going to talk you through just what it's like to eat here in Italy. Stage 1, amazement. Italy is a love story of food. Every region has its own speciality dish, which tastes its absolute best in that particular part of Italy. There are even festivals dedicated to particular food items, and of course, not to mention specific dishes that are eaten at certain celebrations throughout the year. When you come to Italy, you really feel the love and appreciation for every single ingredient and for every single meal that you'll eat here. Meal times take on a level of importance that I've never really experienced before. Here in the south of Italy, in the afternoons especially, everything slows down whilst people cook. Friends and family gather together, and they use that moment to catch up with each other and to spend time in each other's company. It's a really special thing. Food unites Italians unlike anything else, and Italians are generous when it comes to portions and the amount of food available, which means if you're not careful, you can very quickly end up arriving at stage 2. Stage 2, sono sazia. The first Italian phrase I learned, sono sazia, I'm full up, for a very good reason. Coming from the UK, where of course we eat, but the level of importance and the portion sizes are somewhat different, I quickly found myself in a position where I was constantly full up. There is an unspoken expectation here in Italy that you will clear your plate of food. Italians don't like to see food waste. Coupled with the fact that they put their heart and soul into their cooking, it's almost considered offensive if you don't eat everything in front of you. And then, of course, not forgetting, you may be asked for a bis, which is, of course, a second helping. A typical menu if you're at a restaurant, and also even if you're a guest at someone's home, usually consists of antipasti, which is usually a selection of cold meats, hams, cheese, olives, kind of little pieces of food that you can snack on in preparation for the rest of your dinner. Then you have primo, which is your first plate. This is usually some kind of a small pasta dish. Then you have secondo, which is usually where you have your meat or your fish, something similar to this. Then of course you have dolce, which is your dessert, and then not forgetting your digestive or coffee that will follow after you've completed your entire meal. That's without any celebrations thrown into the mix. Christmas and Easter are like all-day eating marathons, so it really depends on when you decide to eat here in Italy. With all of this wonderful food, you can very quickly find yourself moving into stage 3. Stage 3, indulgence. When you are surrounded by delicious and often in unusual dishes, you naturally want to try all of them. A lot of people say that the first thing they end up doing after moving to Italy is to gain weight. It's exciting to try new food because really it's in the cooking that you find the heart and soul of Italy. You quickly realize that this is a country that transcends beyond the pizza and pasta stereotype. You feel like you'll never arrive at the point of having tried all of the wonderful food that this country has to offer. I think indulgence is a beautiful stage for a period of time, but it's not sustainable on a long-term basis. And so at some point you need to move into stage 4. Stage 4, balance. Everything in life is a balance, nothing too much, as the ancient Greeks once said. If you plan to live in Italy especially, this is a crucial stage to arrive at. It's not the same as being on a holiday where it's often expected that you'll indulge. When you live here on a long-term basis, you need to strike a healthy balance as to what you consume in your daily diet. I, along with many Italians, eat pasta on a daily basis, something that my British self is in awe of. However, unlike my British self, I eat pasta with fresh ingredients, vegetables, meat, not jars of processed sauce. I grew up believing that pasta was something that you had to eat in moderation, but what I now know, having spent 6 years living in Italy, is that it's not the pasta that's the problem, it's what you cook it with. And I can honestly say I haven't gained any weight having eaten pasta on a daily basis this entire time. So that's a myth that I've put paid to, having spent 6 years learning about the food culture here in Italy. I love street food here, especially in Palermo. It's a little bit dangerous to live here sometimes because the street food and the dolce especially is incredible, but I eat it in moderation. Sometimes at lunch, I'll have a piece of street food, or sometimes I'll have dolce in the afternoons, but I don't eat this way every single day, and that's the key. You have to learn to treat these things as almost like a treat or something that you balance with the healthier food dishes that you can also eat here in Italy. I do think it's important not to limit yourself here though, because really food is the beating heart of Italy, and I kind of feel that you miss out on so much if you're really restrictive as to what you can eat, and it's not a restriction that's placed on you because of a health reason, for example. Eventually, you'll find your own balance and one that works with your body type, and when you do, it's just another wonderful reason to feel grateful for living in Italy. I will see you in the next video.